welcome back to my channel. My name is Mbo, and if you are a new subscriber, welcome. If you are just passing by and you've come across my channel, please do join the family by clicking the subscribe button. If you are a regular subscriber, welcome back. I'm very happy to have you here as always. Today I'm so excited for the video I am doing. To get ready with me, and we're gonna have a little bit of a chit chat. This video is not going to be as long as my last get ready with me. So as you can see, I've done half of my eyes because I didn't want to take too long with the video. So I thought, let me do my eyebrows and my eyes, which tend to take the longest time. So today I have an important package that I'm going to be unboxing here with you guys. Obviously, I already opened it. I picked it up yesterday. It's from Maybelline. Is that the right way? It's from Maybelline. And I got me some makeup. Shout out to Lynn, who actually told me about the competition. So I was able to enter it. I was able to enter it and I got some products. So I'm going to be doing most of this makeup I'm using today is going to be from this package or from Maybelline, and just a few things that are not going to be Maybelline. So I'm going to show you guys what's in the package. So I have this bronzing and highlight kit here. So super excited to use that today. And then we have this mascara, the Colossal Black, I guess. Mascara, setting spray. Y'all know I didn't have setting spray anymore. Like, I was really struggling, y'all. But this setting spray, guys, everybody has been talking about it and feels good on the skin, I'm not gonna lie. Then we have this primer. Y'all know that, for those of you who used to watch my videos before, I used the Avon setting and prep spray, so that was my primer as well. But now we got a primer, y'all. We got a primer. The energy I have today, y'all, I kind of like it. This one is the Maybelline eyeliner, so for that cat eye. And then this is their lipstick. So today we're gonna be wearing lipstick. There's one more product, but I've already used it. Oh, here it is. Is this brow ultra slim, guys? This thing is like so precise. I did my eyebrows with it today. I don't know if you guys can see a difference, but it's like so slim. It's like I don't know. I really like it. So I'm just gonna continue and do my eyes. I want to do a cat eye and I want to try this. Normally I don't like using liners like this because I used to struggle, but I'm willing to give this one a try because normally I use a brush, but I really want to give this one a try and see what I can do. So I'm going to be looking here. Now I'm not going to do it on camera. Let me do it off camera, then I'll come back and then we can start our conversation. Okay guys, so I'm back. The eyeliner is it's very thin, and so you have to be super sensitive when you're doing the thing, but I think I'm okay with this one. I'll just fix it as we go, but I really like it. I really like how it works. Obviously I have less control compared to when I use a brush and a mascara to do my wing, but I like it. I really like it. It's so nice. I just think my skills just need to be polished a little bit. I'm currently obsessed with this water. I really like it, and it's good for your health. So now we're gonna get into the makeup. Now that I've done everything outside, just lifted my lashes. So I'm gonna take the primer. I don't know how much I need to use. So today's conversation, I think this is just too much. I was just talking the other day with some friends, and on my status I was posting about how I feel like we should definitely have this really makes your skin feel like, oh, it makes it's good. I'm not gonna lie, it makes me feel like my skin is smooth all over. Okay, this is not really a tutorial, guys. I'm just going to be using the products. But anyway, so I was talking about how it's important that people have boundaries, of what people can say to you and all of that, and etc. I know that a lot of people like to come at people with that whole thing of this is constructive criticism, and what I'm saying to you, it is supposed to help you, and all of that, right? This is the Superstay Maybelline foundation that I'm using. So people like to come at people with that whole idea of, yeah, you know, when I say something, or when I say something negative, it's for criticism. And you know, people like to make it seem like if you can't receive negative feedback, that's wrong. But sometimes I just feel like some people go out of their way to make sure that they're being negative towards somebody. Like, I'm always saying that if you do not if you're not cheering me on, like, okay, like for example, right now you're not watching my, okay, you watch my videos, you like one, you like it, right? But you never tell me, Aru, I really like the video you did on this and that, right? But you're so quick to come and tell me what you don't like, or I didn't like your makeup on that thing, or I didn't like this, or I think you should change that, without ever clapping for me when I was doing things right in your eyes. Then clearly you're a hater. Like, you need to change your ways. And I also feel like sometimes people need to understand what kind of friendship you guys have, or what kind of interaction you have, so that you also know what you can say to somebody and what you cannot say. I'm not saying that I'm personally not open to criticism, but I definitely do guard my goals and the work that I do very, very much. Because I feel like I've said before, that you cannot always let people speak on the things that you're doing. Giving the example of my YouTube video again, if you come and you're saying, Aru, I think you should do this differently with your YouTube video and everything, I receive that, because when I post my YouTube videos, you know, I'm like, guys, also please tell me what you think that I can change, etc. So things like that, I'm very open to people giving me advice, people telling me, maybe you should try this and maybe you should try that. But that is also to a very specific extent. You also have to know what you're talking about, not just like opening your mouth, you know. But for me, the one thing that I cannot handle is somebody being negative about my efforts. Okay, so for example, you know, like, I really post a lot on my status. I'm usually posting my goals. There are some goals that I do share with you guys, like my reading challenges, you know, my walking challenges, my step challenges, or workout challenges, whatever. I share that with you guys, right? So if a person comes at me on that, for me, I find it very offensive, and I find it like, I think you're overstepping boundaries, because I want it to be a thing of, you know, just me posting is not trying to post my life just for Jay. Like, I'm a bored person, but it also encourages me when I'm posting. Like, it makes me feel like I have accountability partners, where if I say I have to do this and that, like, you know, at least I have people I'm being accountable to. But also, more than that, like, I've noticed that people will come and text me and be like, oh, I'm so glad you worked out today, or thank you for posting this, you just motivated me to go work out because I wasn't planning on working out. Or they'll be like, oh, you've made me now want to read more books, so can you please tell me where to start? Do you have any recommendations? You know, things like that keep me going, you know. Or somebody will be like, Ru, you know, you've been posting about like your fasting and whatever, I'm gonna try it, can you please tell me like what apps I can use, stuff like that. So it's always just to like motivate other people around me, and you know, just to share parts of my life as well. So let's say, for instance, I'm not going to give a direct example, but let's say, for instance, I post that I fasted for 16 hours, and you are somebody who fasts for 20 hours, and then you go on to tell me that I should be more serious or do better, you know, or that's not enough, what you're doing is not enough, and whatever. I take offense to that, because for me, it's like, I'm trying, you know, I'm trying, and I'll get to 20 hours or 25 hours, or if you fast for 48 hours, I don't care. Like, I'll probably get that, but it's a process, you know. It's not something that I can do overnight. So I really dislike it when people come with energy to just like, you know, discourage, you know. So I really hate that. For me, that's like, if you have something that's you're coming to demotivate me, or to say something negative about my efforts or my goals, or just like me doing better and trying to do better day by day, like, just swallow your words and keep them to yourself. And I just feel like sometimes people really go out of their way to make people feel bad for their efforts. I've seen once someone posted like, I think about how the gyms are going to be so full, because, you know, people are going to be trying to work out and all of that, right? And they're like, I'm not going to go to the gym until all these people who have confusion, like, you know, people who now want to go to the gym because it's open. Like, you know, it's just a thing where at the beginning of the year, people have goals, beginning of the month, we have goals, and we go hard, and then people start slaking back. It happens a lot, even in the gym, where you see a lot of people in the gym, and then later on, as time goes, there's less people. But for me, I hate comments like that, because yo, you were once one of those people. I was once one of those people who would start off at the gym, very active, first few couple of weeks, and then I dwindle off, right? And then one day it worked out. I kept going and I kept going and I kept going, and I was no longer one of those people. But the point is, I started somewhere. So why are you the one to drag people for being where you started? People forget too easily that they started somewhere, And I'm always saying, even like with things like makeup, right? I know I sometimes make comments about people's makeup when it comes to how they do other people's makeup. Like, you are giving a service and the makeup doesn't look nice. I have said comments about that. But I also say, when I see somebody with makeup that I'm not really a fan of, I'm always like, there's no need to go out of your way to make that person know that, because we all start from somewhere. And let's see if it's a point. I've had like people before on my Instagram who be like, you should try doing this with your eyebrows, like maybe brushing them out a little bit in the front and stuff like that. That's constructive. Like, you're helping construct someone do better, right? But I always say, like, even with acquired skills, like things that you get better with time, like makeup, even like things like walking, running, etc., you get better with time. So never discourage people, just encourage them. Step by step, they're going to get better. Today my eyebrows might not look nice, but in a month's time, from practice and continuously doing it, they might look better, and they definitely will, because with makeup, practice makes perfect, But if you're always the person to be discouraging people, bringing them down, like, what exactly are you doing? And I've noticed that normally people who like to say negative stuff about people, bring them down, etc., they are normally not even doing much for themselves, but they are probably threatened by the little progress that they think you're making. So for me, I'm really just against that. Like, I really dislike it so much when people just open their mouths to discourage others. But anyway, so I was talking about I think that's kind of like the questions that you guys gave me about this topic as well. Like, how do you address such issues, or where someone says something that you're not happy with? How do you address people, etc.? And for me, right, I was saying I'm a very vocal person. Like, when it comes to things like this, I like to say my word, like, to make it known that, like, this is not the place you come with your nonsense, right? But I think that lately I've been trying to also just, I feel like I'm rubbing out my mascara. But I think I'm trying to be more of a person who, just ignores some rubbish. But then, even if, like, my actions are like, the sun is trying to play with me. Even though my actions are like, okay, I'm going to ignore what this person said and stuff like that, in my heart, I still feel so irritated. I still feel so heavy. Like, I'm just like, no, maybe I should talk to this person, make my feelings known, make them know that, like, I'm not impressed with what they say and whatever. And one of my friends said, how do you... Okay, let me just get the question so that, we make progress here. She said, in general, how to deal with conflict, when and how to choose to speak up and when not to, how to relate all that to the word etc. So for me, when I deal with conflict, I know some people have said I like confrontation or whatever, but it's not a thing of liking confrontation. I just like getting things out of the way. If you annoy me, if you've done something that I'm not happy with, I like to tell you, and then we can just move on from it. So I'm a person who, as soon as it happens, I'm going to ask you. But there are times when I've been like, should I speak about this or should I just leave it? If it bothers me to the point where I am not relaxing and enjoying my life, I'm going to talk about it, and I'm just going to come up to you and I'm going to be like, so about this and that, I wasn't happy with how this happened, I wasn't happy with what you said, or I wasn't happy with this situation, so next time, can this not happen? That's kind of like how I am, because I like to hash things out. And guys, if you have noticed, like, I don't know how it is for other people, but sometimes if you don't talk to somebody about something, you might end up talking to somebody else about it. And for me, I have a problem with talking to other people about something that you can tell someone. Like, let's say A does something to me and I don't like it, and I go tell B about it, but I haven't told A. I feel like that's kind of pointless. Why not tell the person who bothered you, deal with it, and you move on, right? Because now it becomes a thing of gossip. And sometimes if you don't talk about something, it can fester, that you end up talking to 10 million people about it, but that person doesn't know. So sometimes just tell A and deal with it. And I just feel like, conflict is something that happens in our daily relationships in life. That's very normal. but just learning to deal with it, talk about things, and you just move on. But I also do believe that not everything deserves you know, to be spoken about. Not everything is supposed to be an issue where you address it and you're talking about it and it's like, no, I need to talk about this. But for me, with issues like that, so I'm gonna use this Fit Me Maybelline it's the color 375. I recently got this, but I want to make it a contour. So for me, with things where, you know, it's a situation where you guys have just no, if you guys are not friends, sorry, my thoughts are wandering a little bit. If you guys are not friends and somebody says something to you that's kind of like off, but they're not really your friend, sometimes it's okay to just ignore. And, you know, like next time you're not having conversations with them in that particular area, or, you know, you just learn to stay away from the person. Unless if you want to develop a friendship, then maybe you can address it. But if it's someone who's not your friend, you know, sometimes just ignore and move on. Literally just ignore and move on. And sometimes people can tell, like, you know, next time I shouldn't be saying things like this to this person. But if it's someone who's your friend, talk about it. If it's your friend, talk about it. Because if it's like, if you don't talk about it, sometimes it can really like fester, like I said, and you might end up getting annoyed with your friend for silly things that they might say or do just because you didn't address that one thing that really, really bothered you. So really talk about it. And you can just start off from a point of, you know, I really just want to talk to you about this because it rubbed me off the wrong way, so we can talk about it so that it doesn't happen again, you know, and stuff like that. But obviously just remember to use your words wisely, because you don't want to sound like you're attacking the person or you're being mean to them, but you do want to be heard so that it never happens again. That's how I would say do it as far as conflict goes. So another person asked me, like, with regards to boundaries, what can your friends talk about? Let me get the question. Somebody's constantly saying comments about you and your relationship that you didn't necessarily ask for, even when the times the relationship is good. What do you say about that? So, okay, so if this person, I'm guessing this person would be a friend, not just like a random person, because why is a random person talking about your relationship, first of all, you know? But I think with your friends in relationships, they usually know. Personally, I feel like your friends have a good idea of who the person you're dating is. Like, they probably see him or her for their true colors more than you do. So sometimes it's important to listen to your friends, but also make your own decisions. And I also think that sometimes, yeah, friends do have to have boundaries. Like, if you're sitting Kuti, you've said your piece and this person continues, then just leave it, you know, just let it go. So if you feel like your friends have said their piece but they keep on saying it, just tell them you've understood and you'd like to move on from that. Like, you don't want them to continue with their comments. You've heard them, but you've made your decision and you don't want to hear it anymore. Just make sure that that's what you want. Because I know I am that friend who is always like, if I don't like your person, I'm going to say it. Or if I don't like something that they do, I'm going to say it, because I feel like I'm a very good judge of character. I'm just like, if I say it and you receive it, but you don't change your ways, you stay with the person, that's your choice. So after that, I shut up. So I guess also, if you are a person who's not comfortable, or you don't want your friends speaking about your relationship or whatever, stop sharing your relationship with them. And also just tell them, I don't want to speak about my relationship. Yeah, and it's that simple, guys. Just tell the person, your friends, I don't want to speak about my relationship with you, and then let it be. But make sure that, like, when things go wrong, because they usually do, make sure you're not going to cry to that person, because if you go cry to that person, then they do have a right to speak up. I'm just saying. Okay, so the third question: you let someone do something for a long time without ever telling or showing it's bothering you. Now your new boundaries are just not working for them, but you still want to keep the relationship. What do you do? Okay, so it's a situation where, guys, I feel like and ask Auntie Chakuti, ask Auntie Mbo. But anyway, okay, so this person is like, okay, let's give an example so that this scenario. This person is saying that, like, they have never liked something that their friend does, but they have just never spoken about it. There has not been an issue that they wanted to bring up, but they've never liked how a certain thing that the friend does. But then now they want to make up boundaries. They want to establish boundaries with the person, and the friend, the boundaries are not working. Okay, I get that. So it's a thing of like, I'm used to doing this to you, even though you don't like it. I don't know that because you've never told me. Now you've told me, I'm struggling to stop doing the things that I used to do, or stop saying the things that I used to say. With this, I think that it's a thing of okay, like what I always say with boundaries and stuff, I think it's very important to always be clear from the beginning, because kind of like the opposite of, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. So you're trying to make someone undo something that they've been doing for a very long time, which might take some time for them to adapt to, because it's like unlearning a habit. Like, let's say I'm always teasing, like I know some of my friends, I'm always teasing them about their big heads and stuff. So if my friend is like, I really dislike this, I'm gonna need you to stop. If it's something that I'm used to and it's like normal banter, I might try to stop, but it's not something that will stop instantly because I'm very used to it. So I think it's just allowing grace and time for them to understand. As long as they have understood. Okay, I'm using the wrong thing, sorry. I'm going to use this Fit Me Maybelline powder. I've had this for a long time to just contour so that we keep it Maybelline. But as long as they've understood that it's a boundary that you've set now, and you don't want to be called a big head, like for example, all the time, then that's good, as long as you can see that they're making effort. It's different though when the adjustment is literally from them not wanting to change, and they kind of like, I don't understand, where this is coming from, hey, chakuti, and they're like kind of defensive and they don't want to stop, they're not putting effort. Then that's a bit of a problem, because your friends, even though like the situation might not be ideal, they should always try to do things that you're comfortable with, and if they are doing something that you don't like, they should be willing to stop and try to change. So that's what I would say about that. But with just establishing boundaries, guys, I always say they should be done from the beginning, because trying to tell somebody not to do something when they've already started is kind of harder. And also they might feel like, where is this coming from, So yeah, just establish your boundaries at the beginning if you can. And then you as a person, if I am the one who's being told, Naru, you're going to be it, I don't like it all the time, can you please just stop, I should also put in effort, and not just be like, nah, that's who I am and I'm used to it. Like, nah. Just try, guys, just try it and do better. So I got 3 questions. So I hope you guys, those answers I gave were helpful. Answers from Auntie Mbo. I don't know what I'm doing with this powder, but I'm not liking it on my nose. So this is the Yardley powder. I mixed the caramel and the translucent one to get this sort of like almost banana color. So yeah, guys, like just my chart for me, my biggest issue, guys, I've used one brush for most of my makeup. For me, like that thing of people just saying whatever they want, for me that was my issue. I really dislike it when people are not encouraging and they're discouraging. I really hate it, especially when you're one of those people who never claps when it's time to clap, but when it's time to criticize, hey, number 1, do you a champion of all? Do you wish I I don't know how you guys do it, but for me, I do not have time for that. And guys, I've really noticed that sorry, it's my alarm. I've really noticed that, as a child, like I was really confident. The way you see me now in my videos, that's how I used to be as a child. Like, like people who know me from when I was a kid. People who know me from when I was a kid know, like, Rimbo could stand in front of anyone and say anything, I loved doing allied arts and all those things. But I think when I was in high school, like my later years of high school, I had anxiety. I don't know from where. Long back, I could stand in front of people and I could just like, speak and all of that. But now my voice used to shake. I used to sound like I was crying. And I felt like I could not. And it goes back to people just speaking negative things, people just saying whatever they want to say. And, these things last. Like, you don't understand how many people are probably not living within their purpose, not chasing their dreams because they are scared of what you, with your big mouth, have said to them. So for me, it's a no. It's a no. I just think that it's very important to make it clear that, there are certain areas where people should not have access to us in terms of their words, because words can build and words can really break down. Like for me, I feel like I'm a very encouraging person. If anybody comes to me and they say, Ru, I want to do this, I want to do that, I'm always like, go for it. Go for it. For as long as you even came up with the idea, try it, you know. There's nothing wrong with trying something. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. If somebody's like, I feel like I'm not doing enough and what, I feel like, you know, no, you are probably doing this and I'm just doing that. I'm like, you start somewhere. We all start somewhere. I know some people might be like, no, you know, Ru, you read really fast and things like that. I've had people say I probably read like one book a month and whatever. That's what they say to me, and I'm like, you know, you're not just going to wake up and start reading one book in one day. You know, like just start. Like I really like it when people try new things, when people go for their dreams, when people try to do, you know, new things. I'm not using this palette to contour because the Maybelline was not dark enough. I prefer this one. So yeah, like I really enjoy it when people go for their dreams and people try to do things, and you know, even if you try and you fail, I'm like, at least you tried, you know, you can try again. So that's for me. Like you can never, like for me, I want to use this bronzing thingy. I'm gonna try and bronze, but I think I want to highlight with it. Yeah, I'm gonna use it for highlight, but I'm gonna use like this peachy one here. And no, between these two, probably use this one to kind of like bronze. But you know, I'm always like, for me, you cannot easily faze me. But sometimes I really get annoyed when people just speak from the side of their mouth, you know. You cannot faze me, but I feel like I'm a person who, I'm very resilient. If I fail today, I'm trying again tomorrow. And I'm literally become a person who, I don't wait for a new year or a new week. Tomorrow can start off the new week for me trying. For me, that's literally how I work now. If I fail today, I'll try again tomorrow. No matter what anybody says, until I feel that it's time to stop, I will not stop. Until God tells me to stop, I am not stopping. So yeah, guys, that's just it from me. Like, don't let people just speak, you know, about your stuff. And also, you don't just be a person who just speaks, you know, without just sometimes control that tongue, you know. And coming from me, that's a big thing, because me and my tongue, sometimes not good there. But you know, I'm trying. So yeah, I'm gonna do my eyelashes and take out my hair off camera. Then I'm gonna come and show you guys the final look. I'm also gonna just fix my and then I'm gonna wear lipstick with you guys. So let me just spray now so I can sit this whilst I do other things. Okay, so always gotta avoid the eye area there. Okay, so I'll see you guys just now. Okay, so guys, I'm back. The way my hair has grown in the last couple of weeks, guys, I'm impressed. Like, I dyed my hair last year and my hair is almost all black now. Okay, what I'm gonna say next, I know sometimes people, my lashes are really wiling, but like sometimes just let things be. I know that sometimes people, when I come and say things, or when I say something, sometimes people tend to not take me seriously because I can't help it, but I'm not really funny, you know. But yeah, I'm really serious. Like, if you was talking about what people do to us and whatever, but if you find yourself being the person who's doing that to people, who's being discouraging, going out of your way to make sure people feel bad for their efforts, even when they're making an effort and you are not doing anything with your life, I feel like that is a sign that, you know, you should probably get a hobby. Like, if you find yourself like maybe you don't like people's pictures, or you don't like their content, you don't like their videos, but you watch them, you watch their stories, but you don't participate, or you watch just to hate, I'd say maybe just delete that person off your social media so that your bad energy does not go onto them, and maybe you can have peace of mind so that you're not always thinking negative thoughts about them. After you've deleted that person, maybe just download the Bible app if you don't already have it. And yeah, I'm dead serious, guys. Like, there's the Bible app. U Version Bible app. You can get it from the Apple Store, and I'm sure like the Google Store as well, and the Play Store. And then when you download it, there are Bible plans that you can do. You can look for Bible plans that have to do with like jealousy, envy, just being a hater, things like that, where you can pray about it, and maybe then you can add the person on your social media after you've learned to do better, or just leave the person in peace. And I'd also say, like, find a hobby. Usually if you have so much time to be hating on another person and what they're doing, it shows you should probably be focused on your life and you're lacking somewhere there. So focus on finding a hobby and finding something that you should be doing with your life, instead of just being a hater. Yeah, but that's just my 2 cents. And I know that like it might sound funny, but I've done it before. So I like this shade of red. I really like it, and it doesn't smell too bad. I actually wore it yesterday because I couldn't help it. I actually wore it to see if I'd be interested in wearing this look today. If I'd be interested in wearing the lipstick today. So I tried it on yesterday and I liked it. The only problem I had with it, and I don't think this would be a problem for others, is that it really, oopsie, sorry, it lasts really long on the lips. Like, I had to like try to remove it with micellar water so many times, and today I woke up, my lips were like red stained. I'm using this brush to like line my lips using an eyeshadow because I don't have a lip liner. But sometimes you just gotta deal with what you have, One last thing, we're gonna wear some mascara. Normally, I don't really do this because I'm lazy, but I've realized my lashes are kind of pretty. So I like to make them longer using mascara. I really like how this lipstick smells. It's not bothering me at all. And I didn't like wear Vaseline as a base because I already had the 8-hour cream on my lips, so my lips were not complaining. So this is the final look, you guys. Obviously gonna change what I'm wearing when I'm going out, but this is the final look. And thank you so much for watching my video. I hope those who gave me questions, your questions were answered. I feel like I need to fix my hair, but whatever. I hope your questions were answered, you guys. And just remember, guys, don't be discouraging to people. And also, if somebody discourages you, don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. Prove them wrong, in fact. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys in my next video. And until then, please do have a good, enjoyable time. Bye, guys.